How's fall camp going for you?
It's been an awesome experience. We obviously have a lot of talent in the running back room. It's awesome to build off each other. Coach Amont's doing a really good job with all the guys, and I think it's super excited to see how the team's really coming together and ready for the season.
Obviously, with Ashton and George, they're going to get the lion's share of the carries. But what are you trying to do to work your way somehow onto the field?
My goal is ultimately to win Mountain West Championship in a bowl game, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help this team get there.
Where is this team sitting today in the running game? Line, backs, etc. compared to last year at this time? How much more confident are you what you guys have?
I mean, obviously, just the experience itself brings the confidence. There's experience, the O-line experience in the running back room. Taylor's coming off his rookie year, so it's awesome just seeing everyone kind of step up into the roles that they're supposed to take and the confidence that comes from that.
What makes this team get along so well? It's a common theme. Everyone's saying how tight-knit this team is, even position groups outside of it. You guys are bonding. You've been here a while now. You have perspective. What's different about this team, like psychologically in this building?
I think probably the biggest thing is hanging out outside the building. A lot of teams, I've heard from other people that you get outside the building and you kind of go do your own thing, you spend enough time around each other. But I think this team really takes it in, take the younger guys and the transfers and bring them to do activities like float the river and whatnot in the summer and get that team bonding in.
So why does that matter, Tyler? Why does that matter? How does it help you guys win ball games on Saturdays?
I think football really comes down to trust, and if you could trust the guy to your left and your right to do their 1/11th and be able to perform under pressure and everything, and you've been in other situations with your peers, it ultimately helps you become a better football team.
Do you ever think about if Helani and Genty weren't ahead of me, I might be able to do something? Like if Tyler Crowe was on another team, maybe in the Mountain West, what do you do to bring the table to think that maybe you could be a starting back, workhorse guy?
I just do my best to push the room and help the younger guys grow. I try to do my best to learn from the older guys and try to push to increase my roles however I can.
Tyler, you came here as a walk-on, kind of under-recruited, earned the scholarship, but have you kind of felt like you've had a chip on your shoulder your entire career just on how overlooked you were?
Absolutely. I feel like every day I go out to practice, I have something to prove not only to myself but to my teammates and everyone who's ultimately looked over my shoulder. And I just think that really drives my why and my purpose on why I still want to be here, why I care so much about this program and love football ultimately.
Coming out of Skyview, do you remember what were some of the things coaches, not necessarily Boise State, but other D1 coaches told you about why you weren't necessarily getting the looks?
So I was getting recruited as a linebacker, and I was too short to play linebacker. And then at the running back spot, which I played a lot in high school, I was too slow to play running back. So those two things combined, they're kind of like looking at the next guy,
I want to ask a couple guys. Do you ever look around at practice or something and you see Taylor and you see the running backs and you see some of the catches the receivers are making and you see the O-line, you're kind of like, man, I got a chance to be a part of something special here offensively.
Yeah, like you said, I see plays every single day that I'm like, wow, we really have some really bad dudes on this team and we could really achieve something special. And I think it's just awesome. The defense and the offense are both really talented. We get to make great plays against each other and push each other every single day.
You know how much you like football. How much you like fall camp?
So you kind of have two ways to look at it. You can kind of look at it as like it's a grind, it sucks, I think it's day like 17 or something like that. Or you can really take the time to build around your teammates, better yourself, get better at football, take things in, and you can really take it for how it is. So I try to do that, try to come in with a fresh mindset every day of learning and growing and impacting other people on this team.
So how are you better this year?
I think the biggest thing is I've grown up as a leader. I watch film with Breezy, Ethan, and Taylor, try to help those guys as much as they can, trying to leave this place better than I found it, and that's where I've grown the most.
You had mentioned both being a running back and a linebacker. When you came here, was it kind of Boise State that pushed you in the direction of running back, or what kind of led to that, to you choosing that over linebacker?
Yeah, so it was my second fall camp, and I was a linebacker, and then something happened with one of the running backs, and Harsin called me that night, and he was like, hey, we want you to come work out at 6 a.m. in the morning for a running back workout, and me and Winston and Harson went through a little workout, and then I was ultimately like a two-way player during that camp, and it turned out to me being a running back.
What do you remember about that workout?
I remember I was super nervous because, you know, you don't really get to spend a whole lot of time one-on-one working out with the head coach. So I was a little nervous, but it was pretty natural for me because I've been doing it my whole life. So, yeah.
Do you enjoy running back more than linebacker, you think?
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't get as much time as linebacker to be able to tell, but I love running back. I love the people I'm surrounded with every single day, and I love showing up here to going to work.
What do you? I know you're gonna do whatever any coach asks. I mean, that's the T. Crowe we know and love. But what are you expecting to be your role on the field this year?
Ultimately, I'm expecting to help this team win. If that means coming in on whatever down, doing whatever for the offense, helping out on special teams, I just want to fulfill the role however I can, you know.
What's your thought on the laser show? A lot of people saw online I think a sample of what it's going to look like. I mean, that feels like that's got T. Crowe written all over it.
Oh yeah. So the first time I ever experienced something like that was at Colorado State. They have something similar going on over there, and it's awesome. We saw a little sample of it last night. I think it's really hype. I think it really speaks about this football program and the new wave of college football and where we can go with this.
Tyler, you know the standard of this program, and in most programs around the country that not win a conference title for 3 years, it wouldn't really be a big deal. Is that a big deal for you guys?
Yeah, we had a little senior talk, and I talked to the guys about like the history about Boise State and how it's an expectation to ultimately win our conference and go undefeated, and we just have to take these opportunities in fall camp and going against each other to learn and hopefully achieve that this fall.
Does it feel like a while? I can't remember. Were you on the roster in 19 the last time it happened?
Yeah, I was. That was my redshirt year.
You have a ring.
Yeah, one ring.
Does it feel like it's been a while?
Yeah, I mean, it has been a while. It is a sour taste in my mouth knowing that I've been a part of two teams that have lost the conference championship. So we strive every day for the 43-116. That's the championship coordinates of Boise, and that's where we wanted to come back to.
Does it feel more personal for you just because you grew up watching this program? You watched the Fiesta Bowls. You know firsthand. You saw what the standard was.
Yeah, I mean, I've just grown up loving Boise State football, and it's what I continue to do to this day. So I come in every day giving my all and trying to help this team reach and achieve a championship.
43-116. Who pointed out the exact coordinates?
I'm not sure exactly. It's been around for a couple of years now, and that's the coordinates of Boise, and that's where the championship ultimately has to come through.
You mentioned before the interviews got started that you already graduated. Tell us again a little bit more about that.
So I graduated at the bowl game last December. So we had a little student athlete graduation. And then it was, I could take a couple classes here and there, or I could start a master's program because I have an extra year. So it's, I decided to take that route, and it's been going good so far. It's all online, and it's in marketing. So.
And what was the original degree?
Business administration.
Do you have 1 year or 2 years with the COVID year left?
I have 2 years.
2 years. Are you planning to use them both, or are you gotta take that as it comes?
Yeah, I mean, take it as it comes. You know, ask some of those older guys at the end of the year, their body last year. You know, they might have said something different, but I think what drives people back is just the UD and the love for this program that people have, and I could see myself going back. Just all depends on how everything goes.
With George and Ashton, I mean, obviously, two guys for you to be behind, but see how they work and what they're doing and what they could provide for this team. I mean, what's it like for a guy like you seeing them work in practice and the competition they're having for pushing themselves for playing time and stuff?
I mean, it's awesome. I think the competition in the room ultimately drives everyone's game up, even from the younger guys. It drives, and the standard is held in the room to such a high standard. We always try to outwork each other. We always try to improve and ultimately learn from each other, and it's great for the running back room.
Eric Keesaw, Tim Plow, Dirk Cutter, Bush Hamden. Heck, I don't even know if you were here when Zach Hill was here.
Yeah, I mean, it was I was on defense at that point, but I didn't. Yeah, another coach.
Basically had a different coordinator every year.
Yeah.
Last year you had two. What is it that has impressed you the most about Bush and how he operates this thing?
I think Bush's way that he rolls with confidence. You know, we roll a bunch of different personnel groups. I think he's really fit his scheme to our personnel and puts people in the right place at the right time to make plays and instills confidence in all of his players to do so.
I know what happened a few days ago or whatever, but some fun preseason on the Inferno practice you guys had. What did you think of that?
Man, the Inferno's crazy. I know it's been a thing ever since Florida State my freshman year, and they crank it up super high, gets super muggy in there, and all the freshmen are in for a big surprise. I lost like 10 pounds during practice. It's a mental warfare as much as physical, and it's good for our team.
You lost 10 pounds during practice?
Oh yeah,
One practice.
one practice.
Man.
Tell us about Rodney Robinson. We're going to talk with him. You've known him a while. Feels kind of like he's flying under the radar. I mean, he's the radar. He's the second returning leading tackler, returning leading interception guy. He wasn't on any of the preseason All Mountain West stuff. You think he's been disrespected? Tell me about Rodney and what he means to this team.
I think Rod's a guy who also comes in with a chip on his shoulder. You know, he doesn't fill the the sheet like JL Skinner. He's not 6'5", he's not 220 pounds. But if I could describe him in a couple words, it'd probably be like Energizer Bunny. Like he really brings it to practice every day, and I can admire how hard he works and how hard he pushes the fellow safeties to achieve greatness.
When you look at him and you're running through the hole, when he's, say, at the back, he's broken through the line and the linebackers, what do you see when you see him?
It all depends, you know, like on the angles and everything. I know Rodney is a seasoned tackler and he's and he's a good tackler. So I don't even know. Try to break a move, maybe jump over him. You know, I don't know.
Kind of a two-parter maybe though. Kind of a funny one. So back at the beginning of fall camp, Bush said that if he was going to have anybody watch his kids in the running back room, it would probably be a guy like George. If there's somebody who's playing a prank on you, it would be Ashton. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, Ashton's always smiling, always laughing. I don't know about George, you know. I was his roommate for a little bit, so I kind of see his role. I think he's just more of a quiet, reserved guy, so I can see why Bush would say that.
Okay, so the funny part about this is that J-Mon apparently actually needed somebody to watch his house. And out of everybody in that room, who was the guy who chose?
He chose me. It was super funny. Coach Bush the next day came and said, he's like, I think you'd be the last person I would ask to watch my kids. And I don't know, I get to spend a lot of time around Coach Montgomery, and we've built that bond and trust, and it's awesome, yeah.
All right, thank you.